We're fine here. We're all fine here now. How are you? All right, here we are with another issue of the Build the Millennium Falcon, and this is issue 51. So let's go ahead and get started. Ooh, in this issue, we're going to talk about the TIE/SA bomber. Not sure what these designators are, what the SA means, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, surface assault. There we go. So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about pod racing on Tatooine. That might be a little bit interesting. We'll do some deep dive into power cores and our secrets of spaceflight. And here we are. Let's talk about the parts that we're going to get in this issue. And it's so weird, even though the picture is small. Like looking at that piece, it almost looks like it would be a larger piece. And then you get it and like, that's not that big. I mean, it's not like tiny, but it's not as big as I would expect it to be for whatever reason. Maybe I'm just weird. All right, that's all the pieces out of the bag. So as long as I put everything in there, then we got everything we need. So we got some more frame. Ooh, we've got a piece of rib, and this one's a little bit shorter than most. Usually the two pieces are about the same length. So I wonder what that means. We've got that rib support, and we've got 3 of these single two-hole things. Let's see what we're getting into here. And we are going to be putting this on. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and tuck this back over here. And let's have a look what we're going to do first. So first it looks like we're going to be mounting these. There we go. That is everything for this issue. But before we wrap it up, I'm going to do a little bit of work on some. We're going to do a little bit of work on some cargo containers. So I think I showed you these the other day. So one of the things I want to do is I want to clean up the remnants of the stickers that were on there. Why there were stickers on here, I don't know. Honestly, I think these were supposed to be wood crates. These are for O scale. I think it was O scale trains, which is like 1/48th scale or something, which is really close to the scale of the Millennium Falcon. It's 1/43rd scale. So pretty close to the same scale. But I think they're supposed to be wood crates. I'm not sure, but they're gray, so I don't understand why they're gray. So I'm gonna get a little bit of alcohol and probably um, a pipe cleaner. And I'm gonna clean those off, and we'll see if we can get those cleaned off, and then I will end up painting them. I don't necessarily mind this gray, but I think I'm gonna paint them a different color, and then we might make some other ones. So see you back here in a moment after I get some alcohol. Okay, we're back. So hopefully this alcohol will allow these stickers to come up. Obviously I need the adhesive to come up. So we'll see how that goes. I tell you, they were stuck down pretty good. So. All right, there we go. I've got all 4 of them cleaned up. And to say that the sticker was on there pretty solid is an understatement. I don't know if you can tell that, but basically I had to strip the paint off. And these are cast metal. I thought they might have been lead, but I'm guessing it's some sort of pot metal. Yeah, I had basically pull the paint off to get the sticker off in pretty much every case. So every single one of them, I did that. You can see that the paint came off, which is fine. I'm gonna prime them and whatnot anyway. But before we move forward, so this will give me like regular crates. I'm probably gonna make a couple of the square crates like I did before, like 1 or 2 of those. I thought about making like a big long one and have it lay down. I thought that might be neat. But I need some barrels too. I need a couple of barrels. So I'm going to make some of those. Let me get the materials for that, and we'll move on with making some barrels. And these ones will be a little bit different than the last one. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the barrels first. And so let me see if I can find the picture. I'll put it up here, and that way you can kind of see the type of barrel that I'm going for. There we go. Let me go get that piece that shot off across the room. Okay, here we are. So I got some new sanding sticks because the old ones are getting kind of worn out. But I'm not going to use these right yet. I'm going to save them for when I absolutely have to have them. That's a lot of work for something that does not want to stay on there. I'm going to have to come back and revisit the barrels. Maybe I'll just have to start with some bigger round stock or something. I don't have, the only thing I have is too big, and I only need it to be slightly bigger than what it is. So maybe I'll have to get something different. We'll see. But let's move on to our long container. There we go. We have one long crate now. The nice thing about these crates, especially the way this one came together, unlike the other one where I had to fill in a little bit of putty and stuff, this one doesn't really require any putty. All I have to do is just prime it and paint it, and this one will be done. Yeah, so that one's ready for priming. Obviously, these four are ready for priming, and I will have to come back and figure out what I'm going to do about barrels. I'll look into that, and maybe we'll tackle the barrels next time. In the meantime, I'll prime these off camera and paint them and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. So we did all the work. So it's got this extra stuff in here talking about adding the finer color details on the painting. One of the things that I'm thinking about doing is buying a much smaller, very much cheaper model of the Falcon and using it to practice doing the painting. So that's something that I'll look into. And I can use all these guides and whatnot. So this is what we did in this issue, issue 51. We put in our framework. In the next issue, we are going to get the ring, another piece of framework, and some of these detail parts. And this is the portion of the uh, hull that goes over the corridor to the cockpit. So that'll be cool, and we'll see how that goes. All right. See you guys in the next one. May the force be with you always.